In this video, I'm going to showcase my entire day trading setup on Thinkorswim with Charles Schwab. So the first screen here is my main monitor, and this monitor, this screen is where I'm going to be placing all of my trades, and it only has one chart. So I'm a very kind of one-track mind kind of guy, so I like to have everything, in big charts, big numbers, big fonts, and only dialed in on one stock at a time. I don't like to trade multiple stocks because sometimes when I have my attention diverted, it sometimes can screw up my strategy, and maybe I'm missing entries and missing exits. So I like to focus on one stock at a time. I just perform a lot better that way. So my main monitor, of course, we have our chart, and I will go through the studies that I have on this chart as well. The studies on this chart I have is VWAP, the moving average exponential, which is the 9 EMA. I have the 20 EMA, moving average exponential. For the 20 would be 20. What do they call it? 20 in length. So displace is 0, length is 20, and then for the 9, it's displace 0 and length is 9. And I have it checked off as show breakout signals no. And then I have only show study, and then I have these checked off, and you can customize the color there. And I have the VWAP. So the VWAP again was the deviation down and up. So this I have is 0 and 0. Otherwise, you'll have the a standard deviation line and a standard deviation line to the upside and the downside. Time frame is on the day. So I want the daily volume weighted average price. And I have show study. Check these boxes off, and you can customize your color. And then, of course, I have the infamous previous candle low, previous candle high. I will put this thing script in the description below. Some of you guys are interested in this, but this is this study here. So it just shows up in the top left corner, the previous candle low, previous candle high, and that works on every single time frame. And so for this thing script, once you load it in, and so how you load it in is you go to import, and you find the file, and then you open it. You can also create your own thing script if you're good at that, but it's not my cup of tea. I don't really mess around with that. I'm not too much of a programmer. But yeah, you just go after you download the thing script in the description. You just load it up here. And then you find it in this huge list here, and bring it over to the price point here, the price little axis studies. You can hit the settings button. So previous candle high label, yes, yes. I have all of these unchecked, so it doesn't show up on the chart. And then I have show plot, show bubble, and show title. Of course, you can change the color if you like. Okay, so yeah, this actually doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter what this is because it looks like it is overridden with green and red. So scratch that. Looks like you can't customize the color. So yeah, once you have that, that'll show up here on the top left corner, previous candle low and previous candle high. So this would be this candle here. It's going to show the high and the low of this candle, and that's going to help you with eyeing that 1 minute candle to make a new high, or the 1 minute candle to make a new low. And you can also see that on the 5 minutes. So we go to the 5 minute charts, previous candle, we have the previous candle high is 302, previous candle low is 293. And it'll help you on the 5 minute chart for the first 5 minute candle to make a new high, or first 5 minute candle to make a new low. And then as well, it works on the daily chart. The daily chart as well. So previous candle low, 176, previous candle high, 240. And that's going to be this candle, the previous candle. So for the scalpers, this is definitely an invaluable study to have, because it's very hard sometimes to kind of get that proper reading on the previous candle with just kind of looking at it, because you gotta like use your mouse and gotta hopefully get that top tick, and sometimes it's an off reading where you gotta bring it up and then look at these like small digits up here to try to read it. But it just takes a lot longer. It just takes a lot longer to find that previous candle low, previous candle high. And when you're a scalper, you need to be quick on your feet. You got to find those levels very, very fast. And so just glancing up in the top left of the corner, that will definitely help you out. So I'll put the link in the description for that for you guys. Next, let's take a look here at my depth of market setup. So on the right side, most of this is all Dash Trader windows. So I can go through these and how I have these set up. So this is the level 2 montage. And I will be using this to execute orders through Dash Trader because Dash Trader does link up with Charles Schwab. Right now they're still in beta testing, so there's still some hang-ups and some issues, but pretty soon they're going to have this thing up and running and hopefully working just as well it was before the merger from TD to Charles Schwab. So I'll be using this to execute my orders. If you want more information on how I set up the hotkeys and how I execute orders through Dash Trader, there is a video I do on my Dash Trader setup and as well as my Dash Trader hotkeys. So you guys can look at that video as well. So yeah, this is the level 2. This here is the tape. This is a Dash Trader. And the reason I got Dash Trader is because I think the data just comes in a lot smoother. And it's real time. I feel like on the Thinkorswim, the tape data and the level 2, you can tell there's a refresh rate. I can tell there's a refresh rate, and it's not really real-time data. The tape just doesn't come in as fast. The level 2 doesn't update as fast as Dash Trader. Dash Trader is definitely much faster with that depth of market data. So I find that it can increase my edge a little bit, but definitely isn't a reason it isn't the reason in and of itself that made me profitable. I was actually profitable just through Thinkorswim. So don't feel like you need to get Dash Trader, but it would be a good addition after you get profitable to maybe test out Dash Trader to see if it increases your edge a little bit more. But it's absolutely not necessary to be a profitable trader. So yeah, we have the level 2. We have the level 2 in the tape. Down here we have the order executions. So this would be any executions, any previous trades that I made. This is all going to show up down here. It's going to give me the time, the symbol, the buy or the sell, the price, and the quantity. And so this is pretty much equivalent to my activity orders, filled order history. So this will show pretty much this will be down here. So it'll be a lot easier to see. Sometimes in Thinkorswim, I gotta switch tabs and then go through here, and then I'm taking my eyes off the charts. So that'll definitely be helpful to just kind of glance over here if I need to take a look at any entries or exits that I previously got. So that'll show up there. Up here is this is my current trades that I'm in. This should be the current orders or the current positions that I have. It is saying I'm in a stock right now with BBLG, but I'm actually not in the trade. And this is the problem with Dash Trader right now, since it is in beta testing. When you do buy, sometimes the order still gets hung up in here, even though you're already sold. So the order still go through to sell on Thinkorswim, and Thinkorswim will fill it through executing through Dash, but Dash will still think that you're in the trade. It'll still show that you're in the trade when you're not. So that's the big issue. Why people are not using Dash Trader yet is because of this issue, and this is probably because we're in beta. So hopefully this is absolutely going to get ironed out when this goes fully live. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, we can just ignore that for now. But yeah, that's going to show all of the positions that I'm currently in, and I really like this window because sometimes you forget that you're in the trade, or sometimes you don't remember how many shares you were in, and maybe you don't fully sell all your shares. So having this here is definitely a good idea, just to make sure that I'm out of all of my positions. I never want to forget that I'm in a position and then wake up the next day and be down 50%. That's happened to me before, actually. It's happened to me once or twice, where I forgot that I was in a trade and I didn't realize until a day or two later. and I think I actually lost money on it. Up here is actually the Thinkorswim active trader, but I have everything minimized here. So this is just the active trader ladder with, you know, the order entry, P&L, and etc. But I have this all minimized because I don't need it. Because I'm using the Dash Trader level 2. So the Dash Trader level 2 will kind of give me that information instead of the ladder. So we can minimize that. We can even minimize this because I'm going to be no longer trading through Thinkorswim again. Previously, or even currently today, and the previous month or two, I had to have been executing through Thinkorswim because Dash Trader is still in this beta testing. So until we're out of the beta version, I'll still be executing through Thinkorswim, but my current setup is this until the Dash Trader goes live, which they said there's this week. My current setup is this. So I will have my order entry window here, so I can kind of change share size, etc., etc., etc. And as long as this is highlighted blue, the hotkeys will still work on my Thinkorswim hotkeys. So I'll have my Thinkorswim hotkeys going through as long as I have this highlighted blue. And I can obviously change the TIF and the share size here. But now that, you know, Dash Trader is going to be phased out soon, or the beta is going to be phased out, and we're going to be going fully live now soon. Hopefully this next week, hopefully by next week, I'm going to be minimizing this entire thing. Only showing the flatten button. Because I like the flatten button because this is my fail-safe. This is my last resort to get out of a position. So let's say for whatever reason Dash Trader disconnects and I'm in 1,000 shares on Dash Trader, I executed through that Dash Trader, I'm in 1,000 shares. But let's say Dash Trader, whatever, just for whatever reason, it just disconnects from the server and I can't execute orders through this anymore. So if that happens, what I would need to do is just click flatten, and this will be through Thinkorswim. So this will execute through Thinkorswim, and that is my fail safe. So if Dash Trader ever stops working, I just use my mouse, go over here to flatten, and just try to get out of position as soon as possible. And that'll be executed through the Thinkorswim order. So that's why I have that still there. And then of course you get level 2 and the tape. So that is my main screen. And then I have this here. Some of you guys like this, which is this thing here, the clock. So I like the clock. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And this again, this is a Dash Trader window. So now for my other monitor here on my right side. So I do have a total of 3 monitors. My first monitor is just kind of like my laptop. And then on my left side, I have a monitor here, kind of like a medium-sized monitor. And then on the right-hand side as well, I have a kind of a medium-sized monitor as well. I don't find that I need more monitors. 1 to 2 is plenty of space for me. But yeah, on my right side here, this is my right monitor. And this is just going to showcase my watch list. So when I sit down in the morning, I go through my scanner, and all of the top leading gappers, I just fill it all in here. All of the leading gappers, I fill it all in. Sometimes I'll pull up some large caps or the overall market if I don't have enough leading gappers to fill everything, all these charts up. And yeah, so this is pretty much my watch list on the day. And throughout the day, this will change as stocks on the scanner start to update, and we'll have different stocks gapping up, or different stocks start moving. And yeah, this will be kind of like my watch list throughout the day. Okay, so now for my left monitor here, I have is the current account positions in my widget, my Thinkorswim widget. It's the watch list widget, and I change it to current account positions. Just in case, again, for whatever reason, Dash Trader doesn't show that I'm in a position, and on Dash Trader it says that I'm not in it, but Thinkorswim it says that I am in it. I always want to err on the side of Thinkorswim is going to be the right one, giving me the right information, because it's the broker. Dash Trader is just a data provider. So if it says that I'm in the position on Thinkorswim, I'm in a position on I'm in the position. On Dash Trader, if it says that I'm in a position, but Thinkorswim says I'm not in a position, then I'm not in a position. But if it's flipped, I've never had this happen, but if it's flipped, and actually no, I did have this happen. If it's flipped where Dash Trader says you're not in a position and Thinkorswim says you are in a position, then you're definitely in the position and you need to figure out how to get the heck out. Probably by using this flatten button that I have here in my first monitor. Or you'd have to use, pull up the active trader ladder real quick, or pull up your phone, or at the very worst possible scenario, calling up Charles Schwab to have them get you out of the position. But that's probably the worst way to go about it because it might take a while. But for the most part, when it was TD Ameritrade with Dash Trader before the transition over to Schwab, I never really had an issue with Dash Trader thinking that I'm in a position and Thinkorswim saying I'm not in a position, or Dash Trader saying I'm not in a position and Thinkorswim saying I am in a position. That hasn't been happening with TD Ameritrade. I don't expect it to happen with Charles Schwab, but just in case it does happen, I want to make sure I have all my bases covered so I can minimize the risk as possible, because that's one of those things that can really bite you in the butt if you don't catch it soon enough. Because if you're in a position, you don't think that you're in a position and you are in a position, 1 day, 2 days, or the weekend goes by and you're waking up the next day and you're down, max loss before you even open up your first trade. So just to minimize that risk or that possibility as much as possible, I try to do these things to just cover my butt. So again, the flatten button I have, and the Thinkorswim watch list with current account positions to make sure that I'm not in the trade. This one here is just a Dash Trader window, and this is my positions, either current positions that I'm in or closed positions. And so pretty much this is my P&L. This is my profit loss on the day. Today I didn't execute with Dash Trader because it's still in beta, so it's not going to show my P&L on the day. So this is all incorrect. This is actually part of the beta issue that we've been having today. It's showing that I'm in a position down 5 cents with 1 share on BBLG, but because it's not showing up here, I'm actually not in the position. But Dash Trader shows that I'm in a position. But I'm always going to follow this window here because this is my broker. So if it says I'm not in the position, I'm definitely not in the position. And yeah, we don't need to test it out. It's pretty much just what happens. Because even again here, it says that it shows that I'm in a position, but I'm not. So that's just the beta issue, and it's for sure going to get ironed out by Monday or whenever they fully go live with Dash Trader. So down here, this is my Thinkorswim scanner. And some of you guys have been asking me what my scanner is, and I find the Thinkorswim scanner is great. I find that it's perfect. The only downside of the Thinkorswim scanner is that it doesn't automatically update, or maybe it does, but it's just not fast enough. So every couple minutes, if I need to rescan, I just have to click this button. And sometimes I miss a gapper. Sometimes something's popping up and I'm busy trading something else, and then another stock pops up and I'm not able to find it on the scanner because I haven't hit scan recently, so it doesn't show up. Ideally, I want a scanner that updates in real time, but that's just not happening here with Thinkorswim. I don't foresee that to be a change anytime soon. So if you want a real-time scanner, maybe you can sign up for either Momo Pro, or there is a couple free live streams on YouTube. I think maybe Benzinga, or there's another YouTube stream that people like for the real-time gap scan. That's always updating in real time. So you guys can look into that. But for me, I think it's fine for what I'm using here. So this one, I have is my market open scanner, and I can show you how to set this up real quick. So you just go to add filter. So I'm going to have 3 filters here for my market open scanner. The first one is going to be stock volume. So minimum, I'm only want to be scanning for stocks at the open for volume over 1.1 million. So I don't want to trade any stocks that have volume below 1.1 million or 1 million. I don't know why I have 1.1, but 1 million is a good mark, because the stocks that I want to trade, I want them to have high volume. So that is my minimum, and it's definitely going to weed out a lot of stocks that are going to be on the scanner that I wouldn't want to trade. The next one is going to be stock shares, and that's going to be shares outstanding. And that is going to be, I want to trade low float stocks. So that is going to be 0 to 150 million. It's a little bit on the higher end, but usually I don't trade stocks more than 70 or 80 million. I'll trade higher float if it's a cheaper stock. But I like to trade stocks with a lower float. So that's going to be shares outstanding. Unfortunately, another thing that they could improve on is have a float, track float. There is no way to find the float on Thinkorswim. You actually have to pull up a separate website to find an accurate float. It's only showing the shares outstanding in Thinkorswim. The next filter is going to be stock, and this is market price. So the market price, I like to trade stocks between 50 cents and 500. So I don't really, it's really 50. I'll say it's 50. I don't trade stocks more than 50 bucks. And that is because I don't like to trade stocks under 50 cents because it's just too cheap. The range isn't enough. I'm churning a lot of shares, so those fees will add up. Even though there's no commissions on Thinkorswim or Charles Schwab, you'll still get those exchange fees, which can add up, especially if you're trading those cheaper stocks. So that's why I don't like to trade under 50 cents. And then 50 bucks. Anything over 50 bucks, the spread starts to get a little bit wide. I will trade stocks over 50 bucks, but it's definitely does not. I don't have the same performance as I do under 50 bucks. All right, so next will be my pre-market scanner. So we can come in here to load scan query, personal, go to my pre-market scanner. So after you save your market open scanner, this is my pre-market scanner. And this one has pretty much the same filters as my market open scanner. So stock volume, stock mark, or I have to use ask size because there is no market price for pre-market or after or pre-market. Yeah, pre-market and after hours, there is no market price. It's ask size or bid size. So for the ask size will be my for filtering by price. And then the thing that you want to add so you can scan for pre-market and after hours is going to be after hours percent change. And I really just want to scan for pre-market. So it's going to be my overnight gap scan. So what are the stocks that are gapping up overnight? So that's why I have from the close has moved greater than 10%. So I only want to trade stocks that are gapping over 10% overnight from the previous close. And so that's how I'll be able to get a very nice pre-market gap scan. All right, so next is our live news. So this is the live news, and this is linked here with red, and that is my main chart. So if we go back to my main chart, my main monitor, the stock that I'm trading, I have that linked to red as well. So I have it both on red. And so when I change the stock that I'm trading, it's going to update this to the current stock that I'm looking at. And so that's how I'll be able to quickly look at the news when I pull up a stock. That's also very valuable as well. And that is the live news widget on Thinkorswim. This This is my different time frames that I'm trading linked to the stock that I'm currently trading. So if I go to my main monitor, this is the stock that I'm currently trading. When I change that, that will update. So let's change it to SPY. So let's say I'm going to move over and trade SPY. It's also going to update, like we see the news. Also going to change the time, change the stock on these other time frames. So this time frame here is the 5-minute chart, and this one here is the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. So I kind of flip between the 4-hour and the daily, but really it's the daily that I look at. So that'll change. That's also linked with red. So you can see it's linked with red here. So that'll all change at once when I change the stock on my main chart. And yeah, I really like these different time frames because I can also look at the 5-minute setup. So on the 5-minute chart, maybe I'm looking for a 5-minute pullback, or I'm looking for a 5-minute candle to make a new high, or a 5-minute breakout. So this chart is also very invaluable because I can trade on those longer hold time trades, or those extended dip buys, or the 5-minute chart, using the 5-minute chart. Down here again, this is where I analyze my daily chart. So I can look and really draw out my levels really quickly when I pull up a new stock. Maybe it's something that had a recent reverse split, I'll be able to see that, or something that is maybe bouncing off the lows versus maybe something that is a blue sky setup. And so I'll be able to look at all that here. And again, I can quickly draw my levels as well. So that's linked with that. And then on this chart here, I have my studies are the 9 EMA and the 20 EMA. So it's just the same as my main chart. I just don't have VWAP. I don't really need VWAP here on this chart because I have it on my main chart, my main chart that I trade on. This one here, this is my 200 EMA, a very good study to have for the daily chart. This one's very valuable on the daily chart, and that's is well respected by traders. So sometimes you'll find some really solid support or some very strong resistance around the 200 EMA. So I always want to have that in my study for the daily chart, and as well sometimes on the 4-hour chart. So that's why on this chart I only have the 200 EMA. We can do a quick on the edit studies. I have moving average exponential, close, 200, 0, no. So that's how I have that set up. So that's my left monitor. So kind of like my left monitor is my details kind of monitor. My main monitor is my trading monitor. This is where all the trades go down. And then on my right monitor is my watch list, so the stocks that I have on watch. So this is my day trading setup here with Thinkorswim. Hopefully this helped you guys on how to better structure your day trading setup, because for me, I'm a very simple guy. I like everything very simple, very clean cut, nice big bold letters, not too intricate. I find for me, simple is the better. So if you're like me, you probably got some good value out of this video. Make sure you drop that like button for me on the way out. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.